So a lot of the time you want to share successes, and often there's less motivation to share failures or dead ends, but I'm gonna do the latter here. So this is a Zard apricot, like not a seedling, the actual variety Zard. I grafted this from scion wood several years ago, and the idea was that I had at the time was I looked through the USDA germplasm database to find the latest blooming varieties of apricot, because that's one of the big problems with apricot is that they bloom too early, and then you get a late frost and you lose the crop. I found out that that's actually not my biggest problem. My biggest problem is plum cuculio getting every single fruit every single year, and I never eat apricots. I feel like that will resolve itself at some point, but at any rate, this is producing flowers at the exact same time and the exact same phenology as any other apricot. Maybe not exact, maybe it's a tiny bit, but we're talking about like a couple days, not a couple weeks behind. And this is also planted on the north side of a house. So in the winter, all that sun gets blocked. It could be more because you got open sky to the southeast, but for the most part, the idea was we'll plant them on the north side of the house, and it'll be the late blooming varieties, and hopefully that'll get us to a point where we have more reliable flowering. You know, this is a seedling, fewer flowers, but same timing. Here's another seedling. You can see how this guy, how spiky it is, that you can pretty well rely on. That means it's wild. And there we go. Same exact, just about same flower timing. So there's some flowers up there. These are all seedlings, except for that one grafted Zard. So this being the north side of the house, I wanted to stop the winter sun from hitting these so that they would be encouraged to wake up a little bit slower and have late blooming varieties. Well, to be frank, doesn't seem like it matters much, because I've got another planting of apricots on the south side, full sun, normal varieties that bloom pretty early as far as relative to other apricots. They're all within a couple days of one another. So I'm not gonna say that that means that the whole idea is pointless, but you're not gonna buy yourself a week or 2 weeks of later bloom period by manipulating those things, or at least it seems like that will be challenging. I mean, I still think it could happen that you get a spot that's like got winter shade but then summer sun and late blooming variety. Maybe you can get a couple days, but I don't think that you're gonna push the envelope all that far. So these up top were all seedling. This one full-on grafted Zard. You know, of course, you can start to think about maybe there are other reasons here, because this is on an east-facing hill, so it is accumulating maybe a smidge more heat than those ones on the top that it's a little bit flatter, but that's pretty minimal, I think. I don't know. Hard to say, but I don't feel like if this Zard were up on the top of the hill or even in a little bit shadier location, that it would have made much of a difference on these flowers. So anyway, I guess Zard just means yellow in Iranian, I think. I guess the fruits are gonna be yellowish. Hopefully I'll actually eat one time. That would be nice.